What's good, everybody? Jackson's Gambit here. So, I just got finished watching the Running Man remake. Now, they changed a lot of things from the Arnold Schwarzenegger version in the 80s, but did it help the film or did it hurt it?
Let me think.
In The Running Man, we have, well, a man named Ben Richards. Ben's family is in financial trouble and he can't seem to land himself a job, so he decides to apply for a game show. But unknowing to him, they reassign his ass for The Running Man, a game of life or death with a very low rate of survival. What percentage you say?
011 1111 011011.
The game is simple. Survive in the real world for 30 days by being pursued by hunters who want to eliminate you. Sounds easy, right? You're probably thinking, oh, just pick somewhere to hide for 30 days. Huh? As the game progresses, Ben discovers the company behind Running Man's corruption and obsession with entertaining the public at all costs. All for the sake of ratings. But not everybody's entertained because the resistance is forming. This movie hits a little close to home, huh? Very convenient. 5.5 out of 10. Glen Powell may not be Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he killed it in this movie. He had a lot of heavy lifting to do in this film, and I could see him as being a pretty decent action star. I mean, I liked him in Twisters. The action was really good in this movie and really fast paced. I mean, it's called The Running Man for a reason and not The Casual Man. I love those scenes where you have the main character running down a hallway or a narrow tunnel while bullets are flying everywhere. It's kind of like those action scenes in the late 90s, early 2000s where you just have doves flying everywhere for no reason. And they definitely stuck with the book version in this film versus the 80s version, but I don't think it helped the film. In the book, it was more of an open world where the main character had more space to move around, versus in the 80s version where the show was shot in kind of like an arena. To me, in a movie, a smaller space is better because you don't have to world build. Everything is confined in a space and you can get straight to the good stuff, versus an open world where I kind of have to explain my surroundings. For example, a pirate ship in Pirates of the Caribbean or a jail in Shawshank Redemption. This movie ran for a little over 2 hours. You definitely could have saved yourself about 15 minutes in this film. Could have saved some time if we didn't have to watch him walking around, or giving yourself some extra time so you can play a song you like. James Gunn and Edgar Wright are starting to become notorious for playing music way too long. I know you like the song, big bro. Just listen to the whole thing on your own time. I get it. The dude is cool, but I don't need a 4-minute song to show me that. They cast Josh Brolin as Dan Killian, the guy who runs the Running Man in this movie. They should have cast somebody who was a bit less intimidating. When I think of Dan Killian, I think of somebody who's spineless, weak but overconfident because of the success and money that he's gained from the show. I mean, Josh Brolin still looks like he could stand 10 toes against Glen Powell. But the thing that made the 80s version so much fun were the hunters. They all had different personalities and things that made them stand out. Like one hunter could use fire as a weapon, one could use electricity, and one could be on ice skates. They had something that made them stand out. But the hunters in this movie just look like normal people, like mercenaries or people for hire. You want to boost ratings, right? If I had to sum up this movie in one word, it would be forgettable. Just another generic action movie. Edgar Wright, you gave me movies like Baby Driver, and this is the best you got? It's alright, bro. I still with you. 5.5 out of 10.